The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Kayak.com. Search one and done.
I don't know who the Cleveland go-to receiver is. I mean, Watson's his favorite target. But what are you going to do here? 3rd and 10 with 1:30 to go.
Well, the last time Shaun Ellis was the only defensive lineman in the game, they blitzed. So sooner or later, when it comes to the moment of truth, you go to what you are. The Jets are a blitzing defense.
They line up Jason Taylor as a down lineman, too. In the 3-point stance. McCoy plants the feet, fires it, and the ball is caught. What a catch at the 21. In traffic, Benjamin Watson for 17 and a first. He had 2 Jet defenders draped all over him, including Eric Smith.
Still plenty of time. No use to rush.
McCoy, pass, caught on Revis. That is Evan Moore, the tight end. Again, they had him lined up wide to the right. Makes the 18-yard reception. 1st and goal to go. Timeout called by the Browns. Well, not a matchup that you would expect would go your way if you're a Cleveland fan.
Well, it's strictly this, Jim. It's 2 tight ends that just overpower the opposition. Little double move down the field. Oh, my gosh, the Jets, Eric Smith in perfect position. Not able to pull it away from Watson. And then Moore gets inside, and just because he's strong, look at it. His hands are up in the air and can pull it down before Revis can strip it away.
We're talking about a 6'6" target right here. Evan Moore, his first reception as he battles Revis for it, and he wins the battle. 1st and goal to go with 48 seconds.
Well, they're going to play everybody inside, so that way they can rush the passer and stop the run just in case.
Well, you got Hillis. They get you those tough yards. They're going to go up top. They throw it. The ball is caught. Touchdown. Cleveland can tie it with the extra point. Massaquoi with the 3-yard touchdown grab.
All day long, Darrelle Revis, Antonio Cromartie, it's outside. Nobody's challenged them. And the game-winning drive, what do? The receivers go in, and they make the catches and tie the game.
All right, now the must, the extra point. Hodges on the hold. Dawson. Through the right side, it's good. 44 seconds to go. 20-20.
Massaquoi to the outside. Let's see the fake. Oh, that's what it was. It was a little bit of a rub. He has to go underneath. Antonio Cromartie, since he was playing off, not able to react fast enough and get there. Well-designed play. Plus the little fake to Peyton Hillis kept the inside defenders from getting out underneath the quick throw by Colt McCoy.
Massaquoi's first catch of the game leads to a tie at 20, and maybe the Jets, of course, they got plenty of time here and 2 timeouts to do something to get Falk in range, but maybe they're going to an overtime for the 2nd straight week, tied 20-20, prevailing last week at Detroit with the first possession win and a big hookup from Sanchez to Santonio Holmes.
Started out, good return, but really just 2 excellent throws by Colt McCoy. 3 really, I'm sorry, 3 throws in a row, right on target and good catches.
The kick by Dawson. Sends it to Smith a yard deep. He's dangerous. And he's able to get free out to the 30. They had him jammed at about the 15. So a 31-yard return. Joe Hayden on the stop. Hillis found the end zone in the first quarter. Sanchez to Cotry. This one gave him the lead, the run by Sanchez before halftime. Then a 10-minute drive with the field goal bouncing off the upright. And the game tire from McCoy to Massaquoi. 2 timeouts and 35 seconds. Braylon Edwards wide to the right. Pass is wide of Keller.
I think Mark Sanchez was off the mark that time. Matt Roth had to throw around the hands of the defender when he did that. Made the throw go too wide. But more than anything, Jim, just you got to be super conservative in your decision making as a quarterback here.
They go run on the ground with LT to the 35 for 5. Not in any apparent hurry here.
Yeah, this is the right decision. Just let it go into overtime.
Why with possession in about 30 seconds would you settle for a coin flip to maybe decide it?
Because if they go for it, then they might, if they don't get it, they're worried about the punt block, a return. So to me, this is the safer way to go, especially with a quarterback that is not 100%.
So not only are the Jets going to an overtime, tied at 20 for the second straight week, but one of the epic games ever between the Browns and the Jets was an '86 divisional playoff game that went to double overtime, tied at 20. The same score, remember it? Bernie Kosar threw for almost 500 yards, had an NFL postseason record 489. And in the end, one of 5 double OT games in NFL history, Mark Mosley with the winner from 27 yards out. 3rd longest game in league history, 77 minutes and 2 seconds.
I think I remember, if I'm just, that there was a roughing the passer or a personal foul in that game that turned it around for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, gentlemen, sudden death overtime. 2 timeouts each team. First team to score wins. All replays are in the booth. Same coin. Helmet is heads. NFL shield is tails. New York is a visiting team. Who's heads? We call it heads. It is heads. You want the ball? What do you want to kick? Defend there. Stay where you are. New York won the toss. Will receive.
Will make the Jets go into the breeze. 15-minute period. No coaches' challenges. And overtime coming up from Cleveland Browns Stadium. Heading to overtime, and the Jets will get the football to start it, as they did last week at the Lions.
What makes this, will make it very disappointing, of course. If you lose, you're disappointed no matter what. But the Jets, with the lead, their defense on the field, that's supposed to be what this team is about, and they let a rookie quarterback go down the field on it.
Dawson's kick. Again, 1 yard deep. Smith. They're not going to let go of him this time. Only to the 17. Browns were flying around on the special teams there, including Blake Costanzo. Young man, you've been watching play for a long time out of New Jersey.
Lives right around the corner from me.
Ramapo High School.
Just tremendous special team player, and just the type of player that Eric Mangini talks about. Just the guys that do everything. They work hard. They know what to do. And it shows with results on the field.
Sanchez dropping back. Wide open across the middle. It's Tomlinson. And tackled at the 28. I don't see Sanchez limping around like he did when he first came back into the game.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going to limp too much until tomorrow. But one thing, Mark Sanchez dropped back. Look at that little feint he gives, and it really works well because defenders react to it and that gave LaDainian Tomlinson an extra yard or two to make a move and get 3 or 4 more yards.
Tomlinson, the middle to the 33.
That was a really big first down the Jets got. You talked about it. What breeze there is into their face. They didn't even get it to the 20 on the return. So a bad punt. The weather's getting cold. That could happen. So getting that first down now eases the tension. And even if you have to punt, at least you change field position.
2nd and 6. Tomlinson looked outside. He got wrapped up. Good piece of tackling by Eric Barton, another former Jet. So now it'll be 3rd down for New York.
Eric Barton, number 50, reads it, diagnoses it. Look how fast he gets outside. The play really wasn't meant to go out there. So once he takes it outside, there's no blockers.
Third and 6. Time for Sanchez. Now to give chase. The pass incomplete. Matt Roth and others were coming after him, and David Bowens of the Browns is the latest Cleveland player to be injured.
Coverage once again, which was the weak point of this defense early in the year. They double team Keller, so there's nowhere to go underneath.
Bowens has been going the whole second half since Scott Fujita was injured with a knee right before halftime. Bowens also a former Jet. Had that monster game down in New Orleans a couple of weeks ago with a couple of picks and runbacks. And suddenly it bursts into a sprint, but the Browns are going to be getting the football from Weatherford. As you said, Phil, into the breeze.
Well, what he did last time, remember, Weatherford kicked it low, a line drive to get under the wind and towards the sideline.
Stuckey, the returner. He's trying the same
There's
method.
the punt that could happen.
Right in the middle of the field, though, and Stuckey scoops it up. And it'll be good starting position for the Browns downwind at the 37. 37-yard punt, 4-yard return. Colt McCoy, when we met with him this Friday, he was talking about learning some toughness from his grandfather down in Abilene, Texas. He calls his grandfather Daddy Burl McCoy, who was on a tractor last week on his farm, and all of a sudden the back wheel hit a bale of hay. It flipped the tractor over. It ran over the back of his neck and shoulders. He's 78 years old. Fractured sternum, all kinds of broken bones. He got on his feet, chased after the tractor, shut it off, passed out. He's watching this game back in Abilene today from a rehab center, rooting on his grandson. He gives the football to Hillis to the 40 for 4 yards. Hey, if a 78-year-old grandfather can chase down a tractor.
Quite a story, really. Quite a story. Just, what did he say? Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Don't worry. All right. Of course, he's watching the game today, so we hope his recovery is going well. The Jets defense, there's no sitting back. Now you really have to go after it. You got to be aggressive in your coverage, and I think you got to go after the rookie quarterback.
2nd and 6. They seal it for him. Pass to Stuckey. Oh, good spin move. And he's near a first. He was able to spin around Brian Thomas.
Well, see what happens. The blitz came.
Signal is first down.
Colt McCoy gets the extra time. So you're talking about Brian Thomas, a big outside linebacker, trying to stop a wide receiver in space. And this is what happens. Well, tried to push him out of bounds instead of tackling. If he'd have got his arms out, Stuckey would have been about 3 yards short of a first down.
Got a booth review, I believe.
Oh, to see if he stepped out of bounds?
Maybe the spot of the football. Stuckey with that catch. He was the recipient, if you remember, we were there, of Chancey Stuckey caught Sanchez's first ever touchdown throw in the NFL.
That's
Week
right.
1 last year at Houston. Yeah, they're checking the spot here.
Oh,
I don't think he has it.
Yeah, that's a really good job there. I think the yellow line on the field looks like he goes right out on the 45-yard line. So it could be marked back as much as 1 yard.
It looks like a 3rd and 1 is what they're going to have to come up with. I was trying to squeeze this in a little earlier. Now you're going to have 3rd and 1 here. McCoy raced to the line on that game-tying drive. Had to sneak and picked up the first, but they've had 7 situations this year with 3rd and 1, and they've given it to Hillis, and he's 7 for 7. So that might be the play call if they move this one back.
After you, the ball crossed the sideline at the 45-yard line, which is where it'll be placed. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Cleveland at the 45.
Much easier to remark this football for a lot of reasons. It is right hand, and you have yard markers right there. It's identified the 45. Otherwise, sometimes if that's in the middle of the field, they're not going to remark it.
Good job by the guys up in the booth up top for stopping it and reviewing it, setting up a 3rd and 1.
Well, you said it, Jim. You got Peyton Hillis. You'll hate yourself if you don't go with him and you don't get it.
It's Hillis. Can he deliver it again? He does. First down, Cleveland. Running behind Eric Steinbach. Picked up 2. And now a Jet defender is down. It's Eric Smith. So while he gets some attention, we'll take a little break here in overtime in Cleveland. We're back in overtime in Cleveland. Coming out of the injury timeout, Eric Smith walked off the field for the Jets. Back to their base package with Leonard and Poole, Rivas and Cromartie in the secondary. Eric Mangini trying to defeat the team that fired him. Cole told you this week, Phil, you'd love our locker room. Nobody here cares about our stats. It's all about the team. Just playing to win the game. We don't care about any numbers around here.
Yeah, we don't have to feed the egos of stars.
Little play action. Good time for McCoy, and his pass incomplete. Leonard came crashing in. There is a flag, though, on the sideline, the near sideline. Cromartie was tangled up. Leonard was in on Watson.
There's no foul for illegal contact. 2nd down.
And that flag was thrown at the 28-yard line, away from where the pass was thrown.
That was fortunate for the Browns, too. Colt McCoy, I do not think, saw that Leonard was going to drive on that crossing route. And if he put it right on target, I think Leonard was going to intercept the football.
Need about another, 15 yards, maybe 20 to give Dawson any kind of chance. It's Hillis. Hillis to the 47 in New York.
Boy, good call. That was something we haven't seen today. The pitch outside. Joe Thomas coming around once again. You just got to get out of his way. And look how low Antonio Cromartie has to go, because, well, why else? You wouldn't want to go high and try to tackle Peyton Hillis.
Kid from Conway, Arkansas, picks up 6, and it's a 3rd and 4, and they're going to go shotgun from the Jets 46. The blitz, the pass, caught by Stuckey, first down, and they're in field goal range. Ball comes out, and is recovered by New York. Stuckey made the play to pick up the first. The Browns were in position to win the game, and the ball comes out. He is stripped. I think Drew Coleman may have been the one to strip it out. Now there are people saying that the Jets came in off the sideline. They may have been near the sideline and out of bounds on the recovery. Let's see.
A bunch formation. That confuses the Jets.
Oh, no, maybe Stuckey was out right there.
I don't think he was. Nope, there it is. Now, do they recover it before they're out of bounds? Nope, they're all in bounds. It looks good from what we can see here.
Watch the right foot right at the 34. That's in field of play. That's going to be a fumble. I don't know how Robisky missed the recovery here for the Browns. Number 80.
Previous play will be reviewed.
Well, the other thing, Antonio Cromartie trying to pick it up and run with it. Wow, if he didn't get that, that was some mistake he would have been tagged with.
Wow, Stuckey had Cleveland set up now to just try to inch it closer for Dawson for the win.
Again, Stuckey's in bounds. The play call, something new we hadn't seen. Oh, you can definitely see the green outside the foot.
He is inbounds, and it's a fumble, a recovery by Cromartie. Again, watch this play out. Watch Robisky go for the Jet player instead of the football. You recovered, you're still in field goal range.
I'll tell you this, though, Jim. When that football's on the ground, I tried to recover a lot of fumbles in my career. Unfortunately, a lot of them were mine. It is unbelievable how hard it is to fall on it or to dive towards it and get it.
It's all happening so fast. And Stuckey being consoled by his teammates as the Jets defense gets the takeaway at the 36-yard line. Got a lot of the audience across the nation joining us now, Phil, and what a game this has been. Jets led it 17-13 at halftime.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, New York.
New York had the football for over 10 minutes on the first drive of the third quarter and came away with nothing after a 19-play drive. Nick Folk hit the upright from 24 yards out. But a late drive engineered by Colt McCoy. Touchdown pass to tie it to Mohamed Massaquoi, sends it to overtime, and now the Jets have their second possession of the overtime period in a 20-20 overtime for the second straight week. Play action and the pass coming over to Tomlinson, who's able to hold on and step out of bounds at the 43.
Man, LaDainian Tomlinson, just a nice catch, and he gets about 3 more yards out of it than you think he's going to get.
Tomlinson talking to us this week about coming here and knowing his role. This is not my team. It was like he kind of compared it to a kid coming out of high school joining a college team. Just trying to find his way around the franchise and contribute.
Jim, he did it the right way. You work hard, you earn it, and he is definitely earning it, no question.
Picked up 7, so it's a 2nd and 3. Might have been movement by Keller on the right side.
That's number 81. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Jim Nance and Phil Simms here at Cleveland Brown Stadium. The dog pound is roaring. What a game we've had here today. All these storylines. Mangini against the Jets. The Ryan twins on opposite sidelines. McCoy, a rookie quarterback, directing the Browns down the field to tie it with seconds to go. Second down here for the Jets at the 38. They just got a takeaway as Cleveland was in position to win the game. That's Sean Green, and he is hit early by Hayden and then stacked up for a loss of a yard.
That blitz has been consistent. Every time the Jets have been on the left hash, the corner to the top of the play is coming on the blitz.
Eric Wright is the one made that play. There's Rob Ryan. Boy, his son, he is some kind of coordinator who maybe one day will get his chance to be a head coach.
Well, I think after what his brother's done in New York and had success last year and doing well this year, he will get a chance soon.
Can his defensive unit make the play here on 3rd and 9? They give Sanchez all kinds of time. Now they're in on him. Somehow he escapes twice. Pass. It looked like it may have hit the ground. They're going to rule it a catch. Jericho Cotchery for a first. Boy, that bounced around. Cotchery's hurt. That's a clean catch. They're going to get stripped out way too late. Cotry, incredible effort there. And how about Sanchez? Escaped twice. We have a break in the action. Injury timeout. First down, New York. Well, during that injury timeout with Cotry, they did go back to another booth review on the Cotry catch, and wait till you see the effort he makes injured.
After review, the receiver caught the ball, maintained control throughout the catch to the ground. It is a catch and confirmed as ruled on the field.
It was 3rd and 8. He picks up 9, and he was hurt before the grab. Watch
going across the
Cotry.
field.
Look at him.
Limping.
Pulling up, and then somehow plays through it and makes a diving grab to extend the drive. That's amazing. First down for the Jets at the 46. Twice the Browns had Sanchez ready to go down with a sack, and he twisted away. They go Green on the ground. Sean Green to the 47 of Cleveland. Picks up 6. Stuckey hoping his turnover doesn't lead to a Jet victory.
The last play, twice Sanchez gets out of trouble. You think this could be a fumble, getting hit from behind, and another move to the outside. Good job by Damian Woody staying with his guy. Just a little nudge. Let Mark Sanchez get out there and complete the first down.
There was no window there for Cotry. He made it. Edwards on a wing to the left. 2nd down and 4. Green, he's got outside. That was a must tackle by Eric Wright. Wasn't a whole lot after that if he got past Wright. A gain of 9, and they're now moving into that field goal territory.
Just an excellent run by Sean Green, the Jet lineman. DeBrickashaw Ferguson gets stuck to his guy. They can't get away. Bowens can't make the tackle. And you said it, Eric Wright. Go low, get your arms out. Otherwise, the game's over. Really nice cutback by Sean Green.
Another first down at the 38 of the Browns. Green into a pile, maybe a yard. There was a rookie, T.J. Ward, jumping up and mixing it up for a second with Robert Turner, who has been on that line a lot here in the second half. Robert Turner in for Slauson at left guard. Second and 10. We'll call it no gain. The run by Green. Sanchez dumps it. Green. Pickup of about 3. Now from right here, 3rd down coming up. From here, it would be about a 53-yard field goal for Falk into the wind. You might remember the 53-yarder he had a few years ago in a Monday night game. He was kicking for Dallas up at Buffalo, and he made it to win the game.
I think depending on the situation, if the Jets pick up a couple yards, I think they would go for it on 4th down instead of kicking a long field goal. Grass, into the wind, I don't like their chances.
Timeout called by the Jets. 5:16 left in the overtime at Cleveland. Jim Nance and Bill Sims were coming out of the Jets timeout. And a 3rd and 7 on the way. Football at the Cleveland 35.
I think the Browns are a little leery of blitzing because of all the matchups, all the speed and skill players the Jets have. So they've been playing it safe in all these situations.
Sanchez, short drop throw, sideline, caught, reaching out. Smith does not have the first. He's out of bounds at the 30, so they're going to bring out Falk on 4th down and 2 for about a 47, 48-yarder to win the game.
I was going to see maybe that might even be I hate to say it, a booth review, because when he stretched out, it looked like it got inside.
They mark it closer to the 29.
Yard line.
Yep. Weatherford to hold. 2 game-winning kicks in his career. The one I mentioned at Buffalo when he was a Cowboy, and the one last week. This is 47 yards for the victory. Right into the dog pound. Falk. The kick. No good.
The execution of the snap and hold was very average. And you got a kicker who lacks confidence, but the good thing I thought for Falk was that it was a long field goal. So you got to be aggressive when you're kicking it. But watch the snap and the hold. Takes a little while.
Maybe a little inside.
Yeah, never even close.
3rd missed field goal of the day for Falk. And all 3 of them to the right.
Not to be a second. I do agree with that decision. They picked up so close to the first down that I would have went ahead and tried to kick the field goal too.
They take over at the 37 with 4:51 to go in overtime. Hillis brings a whole brigade of Jets in there to stack them up.
You know, Jim, to go back, I thought if the Jets picked up 1 or 2 yards and it was 5 or 6 yards left to go, I thought, well, that 3 or 4 yards, 5 yards might be enough. And they go, nope, kick it, we'll go for it. Or you could have punted it, of course. You must keep Colt McCoy in the pocket. That's your first concern if you're a pass rusher.
It's a 2nd and 8. Steps up. Massaquoi ridden down by Coleman, the man who stripped it earlier in this overtime. You saw that reaction too. Chancey, Stuckey saved by the missed kick.
As I've watched this Cleveland offense, just really young quarterback. The way they play today, I know a lot of people say, well, that's how you play the Jets defense. It stopped a lot of their blitz and all this. Yeah, it's a good thought. But the problem is you don't have Peyton Hillis. You don't have this Cleveland offensive line. You can't run it at the Jets like the Cleveland Browns have today. It's a blitz front.
On 3rd down, 3rd and 3. McCoy goes long to Massaquoi. And there is a flag down. Yeah, I was told there was a flag, and we don't see it now on second glance.
Don't always believe what you hear.
Well, McCoy, how about the option to go down the field for Massaquoi? Reggie Hodges again. The former Jet. He had that big fake down in New Orleans where he ran it some 60-something yards. Rudy here will hit at the 5 and bounce sideways. Did that touch the Jets? It may have touched the Jet player.
I think it hit the Cleveland guy first.
Westerman was down there, and that's exactly what they're saying. They're saying precisely that it was not Westerman first.
The ball was illegally touched first by the kicking team. First down at that spot, New York.
Jason Trusnick again. But still, it'll be New York football at the 9, Phil. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to go.
Cleveland has 2 timeouts too, so all the pressure back on this Jets offense. Most teams, when they're backed up, have a set of plays they like to run. A lot of times it's a play action fake with the Jets in the shotgun. And you throw it short.
Tomlinson. That looked like a little shaky on the handle there. Marcus Bernard running into it after 4 yards. A little hiccup, and Tomlinson held on. Sanchez somehow escapes again. He's got Tomlinson for a big gainer. My goodness, that's a game changer right there. He got away from Shaun Rogers.
Oh, Shaun Rogers has been pushing the pocket so much today. Number 92 just rips right through it. He's basically getting double teamed that time by the center. Robert Turner, the guard. And Nick Mango, the center, they cannot hold him out.
Instead of about a 3rd and 15 somewhere inside the 5, instead it's a 21-yard gain with 2:33 to go in the overtime. Tomlinson this time bounces off his hands, and Rogers was barreling in again.
Yeah, he was. They had a nice screen set up, blockers in front. They were engaged. That was going to get some nice yards. This is a nice call by Brian Schottenheimer. Everybody coming up the field. Just Shaun Rogers, you see the blockers in front. Shaun Rogers just got there a little too quick again. So Mark Sanchez put a little too much heat on it, and LaDainian Tomlinson could not adjust.
2nd and 10. This time he's got all kinds of time. Gets Keller at the 50.
All day long they've been trying to throw it to Dustin Keller over the middle. Finally he gets single coverage against Vitrone, and he's able to use his body to catch the football.
Picks up 16, Phil.
And now you look at it, you're the Cleveland Browns. It's almost to a point they cannot win the game. They're just hoping for a tie because of field position and time.
2-minute warning in the overtime. Couple of big plays by Tomlinson. This one to Keller. Last time for each team came against Kansas City. Jets in '88, Cleveland in '89. This is the 4th game this year in the league that's reached the 2-minute mark of overtime. Ooh. Could have our first tie, though, in the league in 2 years. The same weekend 2 years ago, Cincinnati, Philadelphia.
Everybody's figuring out how to deal with that overtime, Jim Nance.
Been a different story this year. They've been going for a while. Not the first possession trend that had been going on for about 5 years.
Yep.
They're on 1st down. Quick throw. Holmes pushed out by Wright.
Excellent 1st down play. You know, let's just go back. This game could have been over if Shaun Rogers sacks Mark Sanchez. Sanchez, for the I don't know how many times since he hurt his calf, got out of trouble.
Yeah, with a bad wheel, able to get away from him.
One play got out of trouble twice.
Yeah, the one to Cotchery. 2nd down and a run and room and a flag. As Tomlinson was able to take it down to the 36, but it'll get wiped out.
Holding, offense number 65. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Brandon Moore,
right guard against Shaun Rogers. Okay.
Did you see it?
No, but I'm not down there. You know, I always say that when you're there in person and close, it looks different, but I could not see the hold. And don't forget, the umpire now is behind the defenders. So Paul King, the umpire's not behind the offensive lineman. He's in front of him, so maybe he saw more there.
Now it's a 2nd and 14. Sanchez pass. He had an open target. Keller. Third and 14 on the way.
Yeah, that was a good idea, but he had to be safe. He couldn't lead him, because if he leads him across the field, it could have been trouble. I probably spoke a little too soon with the Cleveland Browns 2 timeouts. If they make a punt here with the 2 timeouts, they're going to have time to.
Yeah, they will have a shot to win.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get their shot. Two-man rush. Oh, he's got it deep. Nope.
Going for Edwards. Pass intercepted. Although I'm going to tell you, it might have been better had he just dropped it. That's Hayden with the pick, because that would have forced a punt. What were the odds that Weatherford would have been able to pin him that deep? Hayden makes the pick. Cleveland takes over at the 3.
Kind of like when the Jets were playing the Denver Broncos. Just a really, I tell you, this is a good decision by Mark Sanchez. Throw it up there and see if you can win the jump ball. And there were receivers behind the defense, but he had to throw it so far and so high the defense could react and get back in position.
Well, you made the point a couple of times. Jets have one timeout. Now what do you do if you're Cleveland with 1:35 to go and you're this deep in your own territory?
Well, if you throw it, Jim, the big thing is you just want to complete it, of course, in any situation, just so the clock doesn't fight against you.
Play action fake to Hillis. Over to Watson. No. He threw it too high for an open Ben Watson.
I'll tell you what that does. That they're trying to win the game. I commend them for that. But now if they run the football, the Jets can call timeout. Then they run it again. They punt it. Of course, if they don't get the first down, the Jets will have time for a couple plays to get in field goal position.
Surprise you they threw it on first down?
Yes, I am surprised.
They have to go run here, and it's Hillis diving out to the 5, and he'll come to quick Jet timeout. No, maybe not. You're going to preserve it, Phil. Again, New England and the Jets came in sharing the East lead. New England playing Pittsburgh tonight.
I would have called the timeout. I would have forced the Browns. If you call timeout, I believe they would have ran the football. And now that you didn't call it, I think it gives them the pass run option. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's why I would have called the timeout, to force the hand of the Cleveland offense.
Colt McCoy is not going to get this. He's going to take a timeout of his own.
First charge timeout, Cleveland. They have one remaining.
Well, now it doesn't matter.
41 seconds. He'll come over and talk with Coach Mangini and the former Jet quarterback coach.
30-second timeout.
Coach Dable.
He has had that. Listen, Ryan Dable's had a great. He's done well today. They have devised the game plan. They understand Rex Ryan's defense. They've picked up the blitzes. They stayed away from the strength of the Jet defense. The corners, of course, until the game was on the line, then they made the throws and catches against Cromartie and Rivas.
Need to get to the 13 for a first. McCoy from the end zone almost got safety into the equation. Jason Taylor comes in.
And final charge timeout of the overtime period for New York. 30 seconds.
Well, the Jets, perfect scenario. They got what they wanted out of this. All set up because the Cleveland Browns being, I think, maybe too aggressive, trying to throw it down the field in that first down play to win the game. I think you set up the return. Anytime you have a punter backed up, they're nervous because they know they got to be a little quicker. They're not as far back there as usual. The punt usually goes a little shorter because of that. You got defenders. Now the Browns are thinking about protection. They should not get down the field as fast.
Ryan Pumprion snaps it back to Hodges.
Looks like they're going after that. I'd have played return. Oh, my gosh.
Good boot. Leonard scoops it at the 45. Got open room. And he is taken down at the 37. Down at the 37 with the tackle by Titus Brown. 53-yard punt, 18-yard return, 24 seconds, and the Jets without a timeout.
Well, let's see what the Cleveland Browns do. Do they go 3-man rush or 4? I think if they go 3, I think Mark Sanchez will hit the pass and give him a field goal try. Because it has not worked that well. Now they're going with a 4-man rush.
Good pass caught. In the open field, Holmes taken off, and the Jets are going to win it. Touchdown, New York, and the victory from 37 yards. Santonio Holmes. With only 16 seconds left in overtime, Sanchez on a slant to Santonio. A couple of missed tackles later, and the Jets win it at 26-20.
Quick throw outside. They haven't done this all day long. A nice catch by Santonio Holmes. The defense, Eric Wright stops. The safety misses the tackle. T.J. Ward misses it. Oh, look at Eric Wright. He pulls up because he sees the defender. Barton's coming right at him.
He just like pulled up as Barton was approaching. Right here, Eric Wright's got a play on it. And then Ward, the rookie, missed the tackle. And Santonio Holmes, back-to-back weeks, making plays in overtime.
Absolutely. Well, that was the guy that the Cleveland Browns worried about at the wide receiver position. He is the big playmaker. Oh, yes. What a game by Mark Sanchez.